Panajachel is in Guatemala's western highlands. We're about 3.5 hours west of Guatemala City on the shores of Lake Atitlan. It's a mile high, 3 volcanoes come down to it, and it is stunningly beautiful down here.
We do humanitarian relief for the indigenous Mayan villagers.
Our ministry motto is we serve the lost, the least, and the last. But we do it through 5 ways. We host mission teams, about 20 mission teams a year. We do humanitarian relief 52 weeks a year, food, shelter, medicine, surgery, drug and alcohol rehab, really whatever people need. We have our Solomon's Porch Cafe, which is our ministry presence in Panajachel, and live music outreach. Sometimes it's playing music on Sunday afternoon at Solomon's Porch, but then for me, it's playing in rock and roll bands here in places like Panajachel. That's been the biggest dialogue builder for me in the community other than humanitarian relief. People see you jumping around and having fun, and suddenly their idea of what a Christian might be or might not be can get changed, whether they're coming from a place of conservatism or they're coming from the other extreme. Solomon's Porch was an outer portico on the ancient temple in Jerusalem where anyone could come in, and that's the vibe that we strive for at Solomon's Porch here in Panajachel, is to be open and accessible.
It's a restaurant cafe right here in the hub of town where people can come and know that they can get help. We just like the vibe here, that it's just a big melting pot of people from all around the world. On Sundays we do a worship gathering.
We try to make it open and accessible, and we are storefront. We're not charismatic, but we never know who's going to walk in. Sometimes we get people that have never been to a church service, or they've said, "I'll never go back," and we get people from all walks of life. We try to make it fun, interesting, informative, intelligent, and inclusive, I think, are our eyes.
If you come to Guatemala and are here for very long, you'll fall in love with the people, and it'll break your heart when you see just what poverty they are living in.
Guatemala is one of the poorer countries in the Western Hemisphere, and housing is a problem.
Well, they call it adobe. It's clay and mud. Some of them are tin with corn stalks. They really just kind of build whatever they can to give them at least a little bit of a roof.
But we basically require our teams to leave a tangible benefit down here. We've built about 55 quality houses.
We have around 4 designs. Houses from two bedroom houses with a kitchen and a bathroom, also with 3 bedrooms, and our biggest is 4 bedrooms.
They're pretty simple block homes. They range anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 depending on the family. The funding comes from our teams in the States. They raise money to come down to help a particular family, and we usually let them know ahead of time, this is your family, this is their situation, this is how many kids they have.
The teams that come down to do construction, they don't need any skill level, just a willing heart and hands. It helps if they can move around well. We have light duty tying steel right down to heavy trying to move rock, so you can get as much exertion or as little as you want. But they work under the supervision of indigenous builders that we hire. These are making intergenerational change for these families. In other words, that house is going to be there this generation, the next one, and maybe 1 or 2 more, and it's going to make a real difference in their quality of their life.
We try to make it where, okay, we're not just going to come and build you a house and leave, and you need to try to keep it clean. We also try to get them educated, because that's really what helps the family in the long run. So we're very involved in school scholarships.
We like to say that we don't like just to give the fish. We like to teach them how to fish.
Some of our teams bring down nurses or physicians assistants to conduct village medical clinics, and we'll move around from day to day. The more remote the village, the greater the need for health care. It's a real benefit to the village. People that have not seen a doctor in a long time, or maybe never, it's a blessing for them to be able to get health care. Dental care is a real need down here. They have a high sugar intake and a lot of bad teeth, a lot of suffering. So we're always looking for dentists to come down and primarily do extractions and help relieve the suffering of these people out in the villages. Some of our teams want to do Bible school, and we keep it light. Many times it will be in conjunction with a medical or dental clinic. Those clinics attract children and families, and so while they're waiting, the team can have some fun with them.
I think we pretty much have it down to a science. Once you get here, we pick you up from the airport. We take care of transportation, your meals, your room. Everything is included in your fee, which makes it easier. We have the Hotel California, which offers a nice comfortable bed, television. I don't know, I think it's kind of neat that way, especially for a first-timer, that it's not so far out of their comfort zone that they wouldn't be able to do it.
The families get a house and it makes a huge impact on them. They get the hope of a new house, then they realize, well, maybe somebody can go to school, maybe we can be cleaner, maybe we can limit the size of this family, maybe we actually have hope for a better life. So I would say what they get is a seed of hope.
We always could use more help here, and we need more people really just interested in wanting to be a part of what God's doing here through Porch de Salomon.
I get a lot of satisfaction because I see how people are changing, how they change the way they were living, the way they were thinking. But more than that, I believe I get more blessings from God.